So, Chris, there's only one thing we can do at this moment in time, and that's rub your bald head with some lube.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, it's a new episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
I'm Chris.
And we have a third person going to be joining us today. Everybody's favorite guy.
Yeah,
our favorite. He makes fun of Chris just as much as I do, and that makes me happy. Anybody that can make fun of Chris as much as I do makes me happy in the world. And he's a beautiful man. I love him, and he's putting money. We just had a conversation with him. He put money on a team I just saw play basketball.
A couple teams, I think.
Yeah. Well, Pacers, I used to have season tickets, and the 76ers, I was just at the Wells Fargo Centers 3 days in a row. The one, the beautiful, he's got such a big heart, they got to call him Mark. Here he is. Mark.
Woo, yeah. Come on. Yeah. How you doing, pal?
Mark Radulich is your hookup. Holla if you hear me.
So how much do you have on the 76ers? Because they're doing good this year.
So, all right. Let me tell you what I'm doing here. Let me show you my mathematics. Okay.
Gosh,
right now, I've got a 2-game parlay. Right. It's actually 4 bets.
Right.
I got the Pacers and the over. Plus, I got the Sixers and the over. I got $40 down. Pays $300. What? But that's not all. Because I got a guy. He's got his ear to the ice. He tells me the Leafs are due tonight. He says that the underdog Leafs, I'm giving away free money right now. He says by the time anyone fucking hears this, it won't matter. But he says that tonight, in the year of our Lord, 5/2/24, put money on the Leafs, baby. So I got $30 on the Leafs tonight against the Bruins.
So, Mark, just so you know, actually in the past couple weeks, we have now started going live on X and Twitter. X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. So you actually just told 17 people that.
All right, thank you.
There's somebody. One of those.
Check out my sports betting app, my sports betting show. Mark blindly spends money he doesn't have. .com.
All right, so let's get back around to what we actually do. We actually review 2 movies here every week, me and Chris. And this week we got 2 great movies, and that's why Mark had to jump in. Because he's all about the ultra violent. And that's what we got. We got 2 very ultra violent movies we're going to talk about today.
I brought my children to these.
I saw the pictures. So I was like, really?
I'm a good dad.
But, you are a good dad. I mean, my mom let me go to see Nightmare on Elm Street 3 when I was like 6. So, I mean... And this is what happens. This is what happens.
Listen, we're all plus or minus the same age, and we all saw Rambo First Blood Part 2. And we all saw Commando as kids when they came out. So get the fuck out of here now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my gosh.
I remember watching
Hellraiser as a kid. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, all right. So going into the first movie that we are going to be seeing today or talking about today is the one, the only, the man with the plan, Monkey Man. Woo! And it's going to go right across. You know what? He's the guest. So this is what we're going to do, Chris. Guess what?
What?
We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And then we're going to go this. Just like this. Oh, come on. Do it for me.
Oh, you're blocking me out. Okay, I got you.
We're going to block you out. All right, cool.
Now me and Neil are on top. Now me and Neil are on top of Chris.
He's usually on bottom. It's fine.
Okay. So,
Monkey Man.
Yeah, starring who?
Starring, you know, I forgot the list that I sent you. I'm usually more.
I'll start it. Hot Dev Patel.
Chappie, listen to me. I'm your maker. I brought you into this world. Okay, this is serious. Mustn't engage in these people's lifestyle choices. No offense, okay? No counting narcotics, no robberies, no crimes.
Chappie, no crimes.
Okay, and you've got to promise me.
What is promise?
It's that you promised me, your maker, that you'll never do any of those things, all right? You can't break a promise, Chappie.
Chappie promised. Good.
Yes, yes. Rob.
So yeah, that's from Chappie. Well, he's not had Dev.
Yeah,
Dev
the best movie with a band in it by any far. Die Antwoord was the best thing that ever happened to cinema because, oh man, they were amazing. I was sad about that movie that they didn't do Pitbull Terrier. You know, Pitbull Terrier.
I'm not a big fan of Day.
I'm fucking with you guys, really seriously.
Wait, did you just say the best movie ever with a band in it, like a musical?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying.
Because I'm just like, Cannibal Corpse.
I'm trying to poke the bears.
I am. Count me poked, sir. Cannibal Corpse, Ace Ventura, get the fuck out of here.
Hell no. I mean, the best live band performance in a we can't. This has to be. That's a whole segment. Anyway, Chris, really quick. Like I know there's a couple people watching. You can edit this out later. Did you get that H. John Benjamin?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. Don't play it now. Don't play it now.
Right,
all right. Now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. All right. And then also in this movie is Pito Bash.
Now, small boys in India, they can dream to become like you. So, let's go. Let's go and let's make JV, Ray, Brenda, Tom, our families proud, huh? Are you with me? India on 3. 1, 2, 3. India! Hey, brothers, I'm seeing my dream in both of you. Your victory, my victory. Rock it, brother.
So that's Disney telling us how to feel $1 Million Arm. I can't stand the music in it.
Hey, I can't stand the music, but guess what? Out of all the actors in Monkey Man, he was like one of the only ones with an English-speaking part somewhere that I can grab one. Yeah. That and one guy that we're going to get very familiar with today, Shartle Copley.
It almost hit your tattoo there.
Has anyone seen Mr. Murdoch?
The old Ranger tab.
Mr. Murdoch?
Would you think I was crazy if I told you I had one of these?
Something on your eyes, man.
Mr. Murdoch?
Not while I'm operating, nurse. Not now.
Why are you off the ward?
Is that gas? Is that you? I smell gas.
What do you mean, ward?
This man is a patient
here. Is this you? Don't listen to her. She's crazy. Honestly, I'm a practicing doctor at Johns Hopkins University.
You asking to do a lightning bolt? Ask no lightning bolt.
No.
Is that like what's wrong with this food? Is he crazy?
It is you.
You on fire, man.
What's that? You crazy.
Yeah, so that's from what's that from again?
That's from the greatest movie who's ever in, the A-Team.
Oh fuck, I haven't seen A-Team.
I like the fact that you guys accidentally did a Shartle Copley double feature.
I know, it's crazy.
I know. Because every night when I look up clips and it's usually pretty late. Like I started this, I think at like midnight to start doing all these clips, and I was like, oh shit. And last week we had Carol's was in both movies that we did.
There you go.
So it's just like we're doing double features all May long. Oh no, I guess we're in May now. But that was April. Never mind. That was a bad joke. I'm just gonna move on.
Fucking
anyway,
ruin everything.
That is Monkey Man. Then the next movie we're going to be doing today is another ultra-violent, beautiful piece of art, Mr. Boy Kills World, featuring Bill Skarsgård. But it's not Bill Skarsgård that talks. It is H. John Benjamin.
Oh my God. Are you guys okay?
But Bob, where'd you learn to do that?
I don't know. It was like instinct.
Were you speaking Russian?
Was I? I don't even know any Russian. Look, the label in his coat has those idiot Russian letters.
Why the hell are Russians trying to kill you?
I don't know. He called me Archer. Maybe they think I'm somebody else.
Somebody who gambles?
When would I gamble, Linda? The 6 hours a night I get to sleep? Because the other 18 hours I'm slaving over this hot-ass grill.
So the Archer Bob Burgers a crossover episode.
Yeah, I love. Yeah, like as soon as I knew I was going to do H. John Benjamin, I was like, that's the clip.
Yeah,
like there's no other one. Also in this wonderful film, Boy Kills World, is going to be Jessica Ruth.
Ryan, you dumbass! You sent me back!
What?
It's Monday the 18th! I don't believe this. I just got out. How could you do this to me?
Who's this crazy white girl?
Maybe it was a bad dream or something.
You're right. It is a bad dream. It's a nightmare! This sucks! It sucks the biggest mega balls in the history of shitty ball suckery!
That's from Happy Death Day to You.
Alrighty.
Happy Death Day, and Happy Death Day 3 is in the works, by the way.
Oh, well. Okay.
Yeah, I know you guys were looking forward to that. You're all about that. You're like, woo woo. No, okay. Also,
Tom K. Jensen clip. Let's go already. Come on now.
Michelle Dockery.
You're in my office, under my roof. It's not your position for Tony to do anything other than to fuck off back from whence he came.
Tony. What's that? Is that a paperweight?
Funny you should say that. Turns out anything with weight can be a paperweight.
Well, what are you going to do with it?
Well, that's up to you, isn't it? Either you do as I tell you to and use the door, or I'm going to shoot Fat Tony right between the eyes. You see, this gun's only got 2 bullets, so I'm not going to fuck about illustrating its significance. You're going to have to trust me on that.
It's from The Gentleman.
I know, because that's what I mean. No matter what the fuck I ever see her in, ever since that scene, that's who she is to me. It's like when you hear Mark Hamill in a cartoon, it's like, oh, it's Joker. There's Joker.
Okay. Right.
Have I told you guys how much I want to be Hugh Grant from The Gentleman? Like that's like life.
He's amazing. God,
he's so good.
You got Wagyu on the Bobby. No.
I want to be weird, gay, and menacing. That's my life dream.
All right. Also in this, Brett Gillen, everybody.
Fine, I mix up birthdays and I have an alcohol problem just like everyone else in this fucking country. But I am here and I do things. I pick up Jake from shit. I make dessert for Easter. I organize the downstairs toilet. I fired the humming cleaner.
You enjoyed that.
I hoovered the car. I put up all your certificates and I don't make you feel guilty for not having sex with me. I am not a bad guy. I just have a bad personality. It's not my fault. Some people are born with fucked personalities. Look at Jake. He is so creepy. It's not his fault. Why the bassoon? You want to know what the bassoon is? It's a cry for help.
Yeah, it's from Fleabag.
Where did you guys get audio of the last fight I had with Melissa before we separated?
Oh, zinger. Man, no. How much gallons of aloe are you going to send to her house for that burn? But anyway, also in this, the person we know, and I figured this clip was the one we had to use due to the fact that what movie's coming out in a couple months. So here is Famke Janssen.
Actually, I'm telekinetic. I can move things with my mind.
Really? What kinds of things?
All kinds of things. I also have some telepathic ability.
Well, like your professor?
Nowhere near that powerful. But he's teaching me to develop it.
I'm sure he is. So read my mind.
I'd rather not.
Come on. You afraid you might like it?
I doubt it.
Yeah, all right.
Wolverine.
I was marveled at how young Hugh Jackman looked in that clip. I was like, Jesus Christ, I hadn't seen that one.
I know.
Hang on. Did you just say I marveled at, you dork?
Yeah, I did.
Did you just? Yeah, he's punny like that.
Yeah.
He's very funny.
Well, I did.
I know. And it's so funny because of how old he's supposed to be in that photo or in that movie, and now how he looks now. Like,
right.
And also in this movie, none other than Sharlto Copley.
We are here at MNU head office, Department of Alien Affairs. My name is Vikas van der Merwe. There'll always be a little bit of tension happening between us. Yeah, sure. Hey, footsack there, you can't eat that, man. The prawn likes to eat the rubber. Vikas sort of like a marshmallow. No, you hear that? That's a popping sound that you're hearing. It's almost like a popcorn. What the egg does is it pops up. You know, the little guy, what's left of him, pops out. Hello, little guy. It's the sweetie man coming.
That is from District 9.
District 9, his actual good movie that he actually did. If you were to list all his movies, I think that and Open Grave would be like the two best.
What about Hardcore Henry?
Oh, Hardcore Henry. Yeah, that
yeah.
too. I tried to cut a clip from that, and I was like, Matt, Chris, tell everybody where they can find us.
You can find us online, moviesdon'tsuck.net. You're at w2mnet.com. That's w2mnet. W number 2. Fuck God. I'm sorry. I'll start over. People
Can
are watching.
use all the cuss words
Yeah,
for one thing?
W2mnet.com. W number 2 mnet.com. You can find us there on a bunch of really cool podcasts like Mark's podcast are there. We're also on X at MTS Podcast, on Instagram at MTS Podcast. We're at Facebook.com/MoviesDon'tSuck Podcast. We're also on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/MoviesDon'tSuck. You'll find us there. If we don't have any extra content yet, because we have like 2 people on there, who cares? Bob our account. So Movies Don't Suck and something to do. You'll find our shirts there along with a bunch of other ones that Neil has made. And where you find podcasts from Movies Don't Suck and something to do. Neil, I'm sorry. What's wrong?
I'm just taking a nap while you're going through all that. All right, really quick, let's get our sponsor out of the way. I'm just kidding. I love you. I'm sorry.
He was on his FanDuel app putting money on the Toronto Maple Leafs.
If anything, I'd be putting money on the guys I loved more than anything in my life, and it'd be the Indiana Pacers. Those are my boys.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a personal sexual question, Neil?
Yes.
Okay. It's like a second date question before.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Let's go second date question, and then we'll get into our sponsor.
You gonna cry when the fucking Nuggets crush the Thunder?
Sir. Just because I work at a place doesn't mean I support everything that goes on at a place. To be honest, the Thunder's the Thunder, whatever. They're good in the area I live in, so I don't get killed when I walk out the door.
This is a fucking setup. What's he doing to me?
Yeah, I know, dude. Have you not heard about the crime rate in Tulsa? Thunder are a great team. Awesome. If they get beat by the Nuggets, I'm not the guy that's like, oh, man, the only team I ever care about that ever loses is Notre Dame. When Notre Dame loses, I get really mad. If Indianapolis lose, I get kind of mad. If the Chiefs lose, I'm kind of like, eh. And then every other team, I'm just like, and anybody that beats the Patriots, I'm automatically happy for.
Okay.
And the Cowboys. And the Cowboys. Both the Cowboys and the Patriots. Every time they get beat, I do a shot to them.
I don't really have that plays some room in my heart for football. So I'm glad you guys have room for that in your hearts. I just don't.
But anyway, to do our sponsorship really quick, like for the day today, both movies were at the wonderful Panic Fest. Yes, the 2024 Panic Fest, where Chris went around all by his lonesome because Neil was an asshole. No, every pitch you got, you're by yourself.
Well, I didn't want to bring.
Remember that year we went to the Panic Fest ourselves, like when we went together and we were there and we were hanging out. I mean, we had just a good time hanging out at the Panic Fest. One of the greatest times ever. You know, we went because this picture and that picture. Oh no, wait a minute, that picture. Here we go. That picture. There we go. Anyway, Panic Fest. Panic Film Festival has over 155 films this past year. All kinds of horror movies, merchandise, celebrity show up, all that. It is at North Kansas City and the Screenland Armor Theaters. Please go to their website, panicfilmfest.com, where you can look at all the information from all the movies that Chris forces me to watch every year.
That's true. So yeah, that Monkey Man was actually it was the day before Panic Fest, and then fucking the closing night was Boy Kills World. So
guys, today one of the movies that we are doing is called Boy Kills World. This wonderful movie right here. And it got me thinking, how much has the Skarsgård family taken over Hollywood? So, today, guys, you two, since we have a special guest,
we're playing another game. Jesus, I suck so bad at
the
these.
entire episode, I'm just going to throw one out there, and we're going to play the game. Which Skarsgård was it?
Okay.
Oh my God, there's so many of them.
I know.
But why are there more Skarsgårds than there are guys in the Wu-Tang Clan?
But here's the thing, though. I made it very simple questions by any means, and I made it the main guys. I'm the main Skarsgårds. So I think I only fucked around with one or two.
Every time he does this, we disappoint him, Chris. Every single time.
So we're talking about Bill, Alex, and Stellan, right?
Neil's like my dad. No matter what I do, nothing is ever good enough.
All right. So question number one.
I live that uncomfortable face he just made. It's like, yeah.
All right, here we go. See, this one's very simple. Are you ready? Question number one. Which Skarsgård married actress Maggie Gyllenhaal?
That's Alex, right?
No.
Gustav?
No.
It's Bill?
No.
Steven?
No.
Alvin?
God damn it. You guys are right.
Sam.
Peter?
Okay,
I would have gotten there eventually when I ran out of chipmunks.
All right. Okay, well, this one will be easier. What Skarsgård was in a movie which shared the same name as his most popular character from a very, very popular show?
I don't know. Neil, you're acting like you know this shit, but like you know because you looked it up. What?
No, I knew it already. I actually mentioned it during the fucking podcast when we covered this movie. I gave this one easily to you.
Neil doesn't remember anything you guys ever do. He's like,
I know, my God.
Robert.
The answer is Alexander Skarsgård, and it is Northman.
It's not
because he was in the movie Northman, and he played Eric Northman.
But hold on, I was going to go with that, dude. Okay. But the Northman it didn't make its money back, sadly.
Oh man, that stinks. I hate it when people don't go for the $1 million on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. All right.
Anyway, real quick, I was totally going to guess the Northman because it's the only thing I can remember about it. But also, Northman was like one of my favorite movies of that year.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
yeah.
What Skarsgård played in Good Will Hunting?
Stellan.
There we go. We got a point finally. And Chris, you get the lead with the point. We have about 20 other of those. We will come back to those later in the episode.
Good. I will not know any of them.
Come on. It's the Skarsgårds.
I don't do celebrity things.
Look, but they're not celebrities. Dude, they are not celebrities.
They're
These guys are great. They are straight jerking material. That's what they are. They are like, I mean, if I'm not saying I was gay, but if I was going to look in any one of these guys' eyes and they're like, "You're going with me,"
put the graphic back up again. So we're gonna play my game. It's called Smash or Pass. Okay, put it up again. Okay, so from my left to right, pass.
Right,
touching the screen. Smash.
Yeah,
maybe Smash.
Definitely.
I mean,
maybe Smash. It matters how drunk I am. How many drinks have I had?
Yeah,
how many drinks have I had?
So second from the right, like he's not my type, but he's not unattractive, and definitely the far right is Smash.
Yeah. I'm
honest.
I'm honest. Stellan's not looking good, but all the other ones.
All right. Well, all
the other ones.
All right. On to our first movie, Monkey Man.
Monkey Man, directed by Dev Patel. He's directed nothing else's directorial debut. He's an actor mostly, if you know, for The Green Knight, Lion, Slumdog Millionaire, and he's gotten really hot over the ages. Past couple movies, I'm just sort of fuck. Dev Patel's in this as just kid.
Chappie, listen to me. I'm your maker.
Also, Shardo Copley as Tiger.
It almost hit your tattoo there.
And Peter Bash is Alfonso.
Now, small boys in India.
Sid Kandar Kher is Rana. Sobita Dupu. Oh, man, I should have just looked this up. Sofia Dubulala Sita. I'm sorry, man.
Look what I got to work with today.
I know. It's we have Vipin Sharma as Alpha, Mark and Defend as Baba Shakti, and Ashwini as Kelstar as Queenie. Run through the storyline for this one.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I know,
anymore.
dude. I'm speaking gibberish.
You're speaking gibberish. It was like when I first learned how to speak Pennsylvania Dutch. It was like anyway. Kid, an anonymous young man who ekes out a meager living in an underground fight club where night after night, wearing a gorilla mask, he is beaten bloody by more popular fighters for cash. After years of suppressed rage, Kid discovers a way to infiltrate the enclave of the city's sinister elite. As his childhood drama boils over, his mysteriously scarred hands unleash an explosive campaign of retribution to settle the score with the men who took everything from him.
So, going into this, I was expecting kind of the John Wick thing just by the promotional material involved, and it's not really like that unless you want to say it's like John Wick get the shit kicked down with a staph infection because everything in this movie is dirty. You know what I mean? And
I'm sorry that it doesn't live up to your standards.
No,
Chris,
I didn't say it was a bad thing.
You kept your kitchen,
I just said
bro.
I had expectations.
So I don't think it's that dirty compared to some of the things. But anyway,
I don't know. I know some Indian people who have talked about living in India, and it is that dirty.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty. I've got friends that came over from over there. And the other thing we got to talk about this movie is that the shaky cam is back, baby. Yeah.
I took a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old into a bar. I think I took three children.
No.
Yes. I took 3 children to go see this movie, and they fucking loved it. My son has only seen the first John Wick movie, but that was the consensus when it was done. It was like, oh, this is just Indian John Wick. It was solid. I think one of the guys from Critically Acclaimed said that this feels like Dev Patel's audition to direct a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
But I mean, in terms of classic revenge fantasy movies, I mean, I liked it, and one of the things I liked about it is the fact that it is foreign. It's not American made in the sense that if it was American, it is John Wick.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is they'd have killed his girlfriend, and he'd have come back as the Crow or some shit. No, the thing he's avenging would have been his girlfriend or his wife. We seem to be in this culture very obsessed with that sort of thing where it's always about whoever we love. The rest of the world, just your mom still exists. That would be a thing. You can love somebody besides the chick you're banging.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not true.
Yeah. So I like the fact that you have a situation where very similar to, again, Boy Kills World. You have your protagonist is traumatized as a child and grows up to be an avenging angel set to take down the mob. It's funny you guys link these two together. They're very similar in plot structure.
I know that's the reason I actually did link these together because one, I knew Boy Kills World came out, and I knew, hey, I missed Monkey Man because I don't know. Where was I at?
WrestleMania.
Where was I at that week? I don't know where I was at that week.
I think this guy was there.
I was hanging out with
you. All right. But
I was hanging out somewhere with 71,000
I
people.
get.
Anyway,
you do Australia. I get it, dude.
I was naked swimming. It's all right.
But
I was making money too anyway. Porta potties on the ground there. Nobody knows what's going on there. Anyway, but the two of these movies are going to be very similar, but at the same time, they're different in their own way, and this is a good way of seeing that movies can be similar in the theory of what they are, but each one of them brought something completely different.
This one has
execution matters.
This one has a political element. I'm not familiar with Indian politics, so maybe it wasn't as deep as it was if I were Indian or familiar with it. So, but I mean, you could say it's political, but it's incredibly violent.
I just like that the guy's like gone for like 3 days, and all of a sudden he's like super Bruce Lee. Like, you know, like before that he was like, oh, like, you know,
objection, Your Honor. Batman's back was broken in The Dark Knight Rises, and he was thrown into a pit where someone did some like mild back adjustment, and he was able to climb out of the pit and retake Gotham. After doing an arts and crafts project in fire on the side of a building. It's fine.
Oh my God. Do we go down the Christopher Nolan road? But anyway,
I hate The Dark Knight Rises, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Neil hates The Dark Knight.
Do we have an audience applaud there, Mr. Producer?
No,
I don't know, but I can get my son to yell, "Where is the trigger?" for you if you want, because that's the conversation around my house. Just, hey, where is the remote? And someone just yells, "Where's the trigger?" You know.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, this movie, I really liked it because I thought it had a good heart. The scenes, they did use GoPros and iPhones and stuff like that because they lost their budget and everything like that. But when they did the shaky cam, it wasn't like they did a shaky like they go at it and like as soon as the fist hits, then it cuts. Like they did it like long, and I think because they did those long shots of those fight scenes, it actually brought something a little bit more into those fight scenes as well.
I think the fight scenes more they remind me more of The Raid than John Wick, honestly.
Yeah. Of what?
Of The Raid.
The Raid.
Of the rape?
The Raid.
The Raid.
With a D.
Oh, The Raid. Okay, yeah.
I was in a theater where people go, ooh, like that. It happened a lot in The Raid when I saw that in theaters too. And the fight scenes remind me more of that than anything than John Wick. But the color palette and all this thing was very John Wick 3 Parabellum-esque. You know what I mean?
Well, there's one scene in particular, and I got the thing. Here's a picture of Monkey Man from the movie, and it was, you know, he looks great. I mean, he was fighting pretty well.
That's not the Monkey
No,
Man.
that's sorry. That's Gorilla Monsoon. Anyway, but anyway, look at that. That's totally John Wick-ish. That's totally stolen from John Wick. But
I'm love seeing a hot dev nowadays, though. I had a friend who was in LA. He was behind him at Walgreens, and he said that he's more beautiful in person than in the movies. But
yeah, but as Chris said, I mean, this is it looks dirty. Like everything, like even the way the blood goes and stuff like that. Like in this fight scene here,
that's not from the movie.
You can just see movie. What?
That's a different thing. That's not from this movie.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You're doing a bit, and I'm not paying attention because I want to put the hockey game on. I just look over like, oh, he's doing funny pictures.
That is let's give a shout out. That is Space Shuttle Monkey from Wrestling Down. I think it's CWN. So just if I'm using someone's photos, I want to do that.
Blast for people who have to listen to this, by the way.
But yeah, so anyway, like this movie was very dirty looking, and I kind of like it. And I think that was like what made it like individually out. Besides the visuals, I think, of Monkey Man and the story about the mother and the scars that he has and stuff like that. You know, like I love that we get to learn like how did he get those scars, because in many movies you don't get that.
I mean,
so can we talk about the critically acclaimed guys brought this up? I'm not going to take credit for this, but we are in the month of May, and next month is Pride Month. And did you know she was a dentist? Did you know that the village that repairs his back and sends him back to Gotham is a bunch of like is a bunch of trans women?
God, Christopher Nolan's universe is so bad.
Yeah, anyway. I did notice that in the movie, but like. It was hard for me to piece that all together. I mean,
I didn't realize it until William Bibiani pointed it out on Critically Acclaimed that like
I noticed there's some trans people there, but I didn't notice. I was thinking a bunch of women too. So, like,
but that's the thing. It was like I want to point it out because there's so much like lampshading of LGBTQI or non-white race characters in movies. And, you know, inclusion does matter, and I'm not going to get on a soapbox or anything like that. But the way inclusion in and of itself is not the thing. The way you do inclusion is what matters.
Right.
And I like the fact that they included this sect of the Indian population in this village, and you had to really be paying attention to know it was there.
Also, yeah, they didn't make it. They didn't characterize. They didn't make it a character. They didn't say like pay attention. It's like this is just there. You know?
Yeah. A rainbow-colored unicorn didn't come on screen to let you know trans people matter. Like it's just a part of the movie, you know.
Well, no, I mean even like in Barbie, where there's trans people in that, but they didn't make it a point that hey, this is a trans, because they're part of the cast, and I like that people are now doing this in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to point that out. I thought it was handled well. To Neil's point, just kind of back that up. I'm not tremendously familiar with Bollywood films, but I'm becoming increasingly interested in Indian art aesthetic.
Yeah.
I'm a big heavy metal fan, but I'm starting to really dig like certain elements of India of why it appeal to Indian music. That I'm being really racist. That kind of a thing. I like. I'm really sounding really progressive or really racist. You decide.
All the goodwill on now.
Yeah, just like, oh, he had me and he lost me. No, I like that all gets it's being integrated now into film. Like there's this heavy metal band that I'm really into that blends hardcore death metal and traditional Indian music. It's really, really good. It's like blood.
What's the name of the band?
I want to say it's like Bloodied. Yeah, I'll get it for you in a second. Okay. But my point being, it was like one of the best albums of I think 2022, I believe, or 2023, 2022. Anywho, so one of the things that makes it stand out because it's sort of low hanging fruit to be like, oh, it's Indian John Wick. Okay, but what does that mean exactly? Other than it's in India. They really.
What does that mean? It's a badass film with a badass actor going to make us all want to watch it 104 times. Is that what that means, or does that mean it's just?
Even looking at what he's wearing in that, because that's what I was marketed as an John Wick, because the aesthetic of it just looks John Wickian. But getting into it, it's much different than that. Like, not a whole lot of gun fu in this one.
But I do have to point out this, and I was very disappointed with this film in one aspect. And the fact that they didn't use the song Shock the Monkey or Monkey
I love
Wrench.
you, Neil, because I sound slightly racist, and there's you in. By the
it's called Monkey Man. Where's Shock the Monkey or Monkey Wrench by the Foo Fighters?
The band is called Bloodywood, by the way, and it's Indian folk metal.
I'll take it out.
Nice.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, I like the sort of the dirty aesthetic. I like sort of the look at the Indian underworld. I like the use of physicality in the movie. You're right. There wasn't a lot of necessarily gun fu, but there was a great deal of actual fighting. The fighting looked brutal.
Yeah.
The fight choreographer in this really should be nominated for an award.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I had a good time with it. We didn't review it on our show, but partially because we were dealing with WrestleMania that week and other stuff, so we just didn't make our schedules. Part of why I'm here tonight was to make up for it. But it was one of the conversation that took place after the movie with me and my kids was how beat for beat the movie is pretty well paced. He's sympathetic, and one of the things, and I think this gets lost in a lot of modern filmmaking, is he's not Superman.
Yeah,
he takes a good beating in this movie.
He's getting the shit kicked out of him a lot in this movie.
He gets the shit kicked out of him. His plan goes awry. He's in over his head. There's a tendency now in modern American Hollywood filmmaking to make your protagonists way too powerful and everything going way too well for them, to the point where there's no tension in the movie. And here, I think there was a lot of dramatic tension because you legitimately see him get his ass kicked and things not go his way. And then there's parts of the movie where you're not quite sure where things are going or what's going to happen to him. He's going to live to the end because, hero. He does have a degree of plot armor. I'm not stupid. But it takes a lot to get me to buy into the fact that he's not going to win in the end. And I think the movie is successful in that.
Yeah. It's I like the movie. It's not perfect
I seriously thought there's like 20 different times I thought the guy was gonna like fall over and just die. I thought it was just
fucking close at times.
Yeah, I was like, man, are they just gonna kill him off and someone else takes over about this?
Something that they did well, but also they have a lot of movies. For example, like if you're for example, I'm thinking Fast 5, for example, where The Rock and Vin Diesel are basically throwing each other through walls. You know, they just get up like this one.
That is a great example of why I don't like American movies.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
There's no dramatic tension when. So Neil knows what I'm talking about here. So in pro wrestling, if it doesn't look like the guys are getting hurt, it's hard to buy into the fiction of what it is you're watching, and then you're just watching. You're just watching as Jim Cornette would say, a tumbling routine. The trick is to make you look like you're hurt. And, the other thing, like Bret Hart talked about this, and this does relate to movies, so stay with me.
Yeah.
He was like, when I kick somebody, you never notice their face isn't red because I didn't really make contact. But I did a thing and they did a thing and they made you believe, despite that I look like I kicked him in the face. I don't actually kick him. And that's the trick with movie making is like and I know Neil just gave me the winded up moment, but the effectiveness of the movie is getting you to believe that this totally fictional action looks real.
And it does. It does in this for sure.
Yes, and that's the thing. It looks like bloody. It's gory. Mark, since you just gave us that wonderful comment, why don't you start us off on this one? Between 1 and 5, Mark, what do you rate this film? Monkey Man.
5 being the highest, I would say this is a solid 3.5.
Okay, I'm going 3.75 on this one.
Oh my god,
we do that.
I will go in the middle and go 3.6. Because the problem is I saw the other movie first, and so after I saw the other movie, it literally changed my life in a way that I cannot even pertain, where I might even get some special tattoos in the future. But
how do you like it?
So we all liked it. We all thought Meme was good.
No. I'm doing the wrap it up thing. Just get back at him now.
So yeah, it's just a
Hey, you're the one that has a hard out at 8:30, sir.
No. My guy canceled. My guy canceled. At this point, the only thing you'd be keeping me from is my girlfriend. But I'm good. Keep going.
All right, cool.
Okay,
Which one?
Which one? Oh,
which girlfriend?
Which one? Yeah, you got like those 2 Facebooks accounts, and then you got the third one, like. You got what about you mean the one on Plenty of Fish, the one on
Okay Cupid?
What has my life become that I'm on here talking to you dorks, but I also have the hockey game on and the Pacers game on? Like, what has my life become?
That's the life it's become.
But,
all right,
I let my wife through Okay Cupid, right? Yes.
Did you?
Yeah. Before it was.
Look, guys, I met my wife on Craigslist.
Nice. After you let her out of the trunk.
No, I thought she was going to murder me. She's the one that showed up with like a cage full of rats in the middle of the night. I mean,
ladies. I took another date to karaoke and met my current girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
My girlfriend swept me up from the date I was on and said, "Away with you bitches. Yeah. This one's mine."
Well, that's good.
That
works
there
out.
You go.
All right.
All of this.
I'm on RottenTomatoes.com, Neil. I want you to guess how I score for Monkey Man. By the way, I've been calling Monkey Man
Monkey Man.
Monkey Mania.
Yeah, Monkey Man. What's the score?
Monkey Mania this year at Las Vegas. Don't worry, it is the Monkey Man versus Dolphin Girl. They're gonna make it. He's gonna punch her from a tree. She's gonna punch it out of her orifice. It's gonna be crazy, man.
That's not a number. What's the audience score for this one?
The audience score is going to be for this movie. It's got to be at least in the 70s. So I'm going to say 78%.
84%.
Sons of bitches.
Audience consensus. Monkey Man's exciting action scenes hit even harder thanks to a really well written and emotional story. Okay. What is the critic score for Monkey Man?
The critic score is going to be a total of $942. It is going to be 68% because critics are assholes.
Certified fresh at 89%.
Shut up! They went higher. Yeah. Way to go, critics! You got something right for once.
Replace Dev Patel with a white guy. It's a lot lower.
Yeah. Well, Dev Patel is just so hot. But the critics' consensus is audacious effort from debuting director Dev Patel. Monkey Man dismisses action and social-political commentary with equal aplomb. But I'm gonna read a bad review and a good review. Bad review from Jorge Loser of Espinoff. Well, that's in Spanish. Hold on. Okay, Jack K. Cooper of jackkcooper.com says, evokes some memories of John Wick, but not enough to score added to entertainment value. 5 out of 10.
Did Kevin Carr, a fat guy at the movies, review this? If so, please read his review. I want to see if this is too much movie for him.
This is probably too much a movie for him. Let's
probably.
Look quick.
That kind of movies is I read shit all on here all the time, and then I go back and I judge his scores on other stuff. So,
dude, we have been bullying Kevin Carr, a fat guy at the movies, for years now. We're pretty sure we drove him out of the movie review business.
Yeah, I'm not.
Let's see, Challengers, Amnesty, Stone Cold.
Hey, speaking of Challengers, did you guys hear? There's not any towards sex and Challengers. Like, consider I don't know if you're going to talk about this in the news segment, and I don't want to hijack your podcast, but I was listening to
go for it.
The critically acclaimed guys talking about this.
We add you to these episodes, so then we have difference in our episodes, so we're not
okay.
The same table.
So whoever went to Challengers so that they would see a hot threesome with piece of ass Zendaya.
Yeah,
that's what I'm here for.
It's not there.
The totally misogynist comments. Yeah, no, some life kissing between her and the two boys, and then that's it.
I was told this is like the horniest movie of the year. And I was like,
yeah, I've heard it's the horniest movie of the year. Yeah. Like, there's more horniness going on in my fucking house than there is in this movie.
It's the horniest movie of the year because it leaves people horny because they're like, I guess. I'm not. I guess, and your buddy Kevin Carr did not review.
But I'll read.
All of his stuff.
I'll read Richard Roper's review of this. You give it the 3.5.
Sounds good.
I know 3.5 out of 4.
Let's go, Richard. What a dick. I'm sorry.
I heard that joke, man. But Dev Patel comes out swinging in the monumentally entertaining and bare-knuckled revenge flick.
Yeah. Did they say come out swinging in a movie called Monkey Man?
I know, right?
Of course.
Hate them.
Puns.
All right,
this is why the Red Chinese will win.
All right, well, I think we're ready for the news segment. You get that stuff pulled up, Neil, or you just
Fun. Anyway, what's up?
News segment ready? Is you ready to pull that up? Or
oh, we're doing news today? I thought you said you didn't want to do news because you hated when I did the news. This is Movies That Don't Suck in Some News. I tell Chris shit because he's Amish, doesn't have power, and just basically stares at a wall and watches Gorn grow all day.
All right, Neil, what you got for us?
The biggest fight of all time that we always wanted is finally going to hit the main movie theater screens. This is going to be awesome. The fight we didn't even know we wanted.
Mike Tyson
Mickey Mouse versus it's Mickey Mouse versus Winnie the Pooh crossover horror movie not connected to Blood and Honey. Series is coming.
Is it by the same idiots that did Blood and Honey and the ones that are also doing the Steamboat Willie?
No. It's not connected to Blood and Honey at all.
It's a different group.
This is open because this is open domain stuff. Like you can go, you get used Winnie the Pooh.
So this is an entirely different production company.
Stuff like that.
So this is a movie or a series?
Yep. This is going to be a movie, and it's going to be the movie features Mickey Mouse with Winnie the Pooh as twisted villains, and it's in production in the greatest movie filming state of the United States, and that's Michigan, because that's what I think every time. Oh, I mean, I guess if you want to go, record cities that are decrepit and look like, post-apocalyptic or horror movie settings,
I was going to say they're probably filming in Michigan because nobody lives there.
Yeah, well, no, in Detroit you can buy like a whole block for $20.
Well, yeah,
like there's houses. You can buy a whole block for $20. Why would you, pay
if I win my parlay tonight, I might move to Michigan with my $300 and be a millionaire.
Walk down the street with a pimp hat.
I was pimp of the year.
All right, Neil, what else you got for this?
But iHorror announced this, and they're currently in production in Michigan. New public domain exploit of Mickeyverse, of course. But yeah, so this will be coming out for Halloween later this year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, of course, we got to go see it. I mean, we got to.
No, it probably
has to be reviewed.
Maybe, but it's gonna be like one of those where it's like Fathom Events one night only bullshit. Like they did for Wood and Honey.
All right, but guys, we both watch a lot of movies.
All three of us watch movies. You said that we both. What the fuck?
This past week. Did I say that both?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. So full disclaimer to everybody out there in the world. I have a torn left knee right now, and I have an ice pack underneath it.
I thought he said sprained.
Well, it's sprained, it's torn, it's bad. It's not. I shouldn't be. I went to the doctor. Oh, it's sprained. Whatever. I'm okay. This is what I'm trying to explain. Stop interrupting me, Chris. I'm going to kill you someday, and nobody's going to find the body. Anyway, so instead of drinking alcohol like I normally do, I'm taking other medication to keep myself nice and going. So. Because I should be somewhere right now with an ice pack laying with my legs above me. It's called the rice thing. Anyway, let's
so you're high. I got you. You're stoned. I got you.
Yeah. So stop yelling at me because I'm overweight and nobody loves me. Anyway, so guys, we all watch movies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We go and all the time.
Yeah.
So this past week, 10,000 people were asked in a survey, what is the perfect length time for a film? And what was the answer?
90 minutes.
90 minutes.
92 minutes was the answer.
I was going with
I don't know. Why 2? Why 92?
I mean, did they take an average? And a lot of people said like,
yeah, it's the average. Yeah.
Probably
like 2 hours.
There are people out there that are like, about 2 hours is good. And I'm like, I mean, like, if they give me 2 hours, they have to make it really good. If they give me 2.5 hours, they have to make it amazing.
I'll tell you, after watching movies like Killers of the Flower Moon and Oppenheimer and all these like 2.5, 3 hour movies, like I'm dying for a return to the salad days of the 90-minute cinema.
Oh, you have other things to do after the movie. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, right?
You can go to a movie and think that's what you're doing that day. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm really tired of seeing.
I remember like back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And the thing that the two thing is one, because then on top of the 3.5 hour movie that you got, or 4 hour movie or whatever, then you got 45 minutes of previews beforehand, and those start like right at the time the movie starts. Previews
I took my ex-girlfriend to go see fucking The Beekeeper in January, and after 20 minutes of preview, she was just like, "Oh, there's still a movie?" Like, she was legit too. She had no fucking clue. She hadn't been to a movie.
Yeah.
He hadn't been to a movie since Reagan was in the White House, and she like legit didn't know there was still a movie to go after a half an hour of previews and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
But I was one of the few people that didn't pee during Infinity War, in game, and now
I mean, you wear Depends everywhere you go, so anyway.
I don't, by the way, but What's going on?
I'm glad you said it straight on that. It's like, but I don't.
I don't.
People will just tune in and know nothing about us. So when Neil says shit, I do want to clear the air a bit, but it's okay. What else we got?
Naked Gun reboot has casted Paul Walter Hauser. And he's going to be playing Captain Ed Hawken in the new Naked Gun series. So Paul's got a new job. Way to go, him.
I just feel like we don't need a Naked Gun
reboot. It's getting just a great cast. I know. Fuck comedy, Chris. Right? Who needs comedy anymore?
All right,
fuck comedy. Why don't you just remake action movies?
He's not wrong, and I'll tell you why he's not wrong. I got you, Chris.
Why is he not wrong? Because what silly comedy do we have coming out besides that?
Hang on.
Like we barely have any comedy anymore.
Let the law offices of Radulich and Winfrey take this case, a subsidiary of Dewey, Screw 'em, and Howe. Okay, here's my argument. I did the same joke on Tuesday. So here's the thing. Parody is dead. Satire is dead. This country, and maybe most of the rest of the world, but I'm only speaking about America, does not understand the subtlety of satire and parody. Everything has to be pie in the face, pie up a horse's ass, lampshaded, fucking obvious, and as subtle as a kick to the fucking head. So when you make a movie like The Naked Gun, think about that horrid fucking parade of scary movies and action movie. Remember like that group of parody movies by that group of guys and had Marlon Wayans. Yeah,
scary movie and all that stuff. I love parodies. Parody is my favorite thing in the comedy.
But here's the problem. It's like you compare that to like the Salad Days of like the Mel Brooks parodies, or even like the Zucker Brothers stuff.
Yeah,
where
that's
you could
true.
You didn't assume your audience was mildly retarded, and modern parody does.
Yeah.
What made the Naked Gun movies effective as they were was we were still in the last gasp of the age where you didn't assume your audience was a bunch of retards, and you could actually get away with some very cheeky humor. Now they're gonna make this Naked Gun movie, and it's gonna be all pie in the face. It's gonna be all dumber and obvious and broad and fucking terrible.
Yeah,
obtuse. Yeah, was the word I was looking for.
Makes sense.
So,
but I to be honest, now that you're actually comparing stuff like that, I totally agree with it. It might actually be bad. Now I changed my mind on it. All right, moving on.
We win every case.
My heart.
Hang on. If anyone's just like, I still don't buy it, do yourself a favor. Go watch History of the World Part 1 and then watch the series History of the World Part 2.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
Yeah, it is. I have to agree with it. I don't want to say that about good old Melly Brooks, but that one did not hit it out of the park. All right, Aubrey Plaza's action movie, the one that we all loved earlier this year, Emily the Criminal, will be now turned into a television series.
Why? Why would they do that to us?
Why?
Because why not, Chris? Because why not?
because we had to have a gentleman movie and now a gentleman series. This is now what we're doing.
Everything is this series any good? I haven't watched the gentleman series.
I've heard it's good. I haven't watched it.
It's a lot of time to commit to something that. Yeah.
If I'm not reviewing a show, I'm not watching it, and I'm missing a lot of good stuff. Like I've heard Monarch on Apple TV is good.
Yeah.
I've been wanting. I've been cutting old TikToks from like old shows that I did. I heard myself say I wanted to watch The Flight Attendant, and I'm like, God, I gave up on that years ago because I have no fucking time to watch shit.
Have you guys watched Baby Reindeer yet? No.
Which one?
Baby Reindeer.
I have not watched Baby Reindeer.
Oh my God.
No, I'm in the middle of a Sons of Anarchy watch because that's the only.
It's in April. It's April, and I don't watch Christmas movies around this time of year.
It's not really okay. All right, let's move on.
You said Baby Reindeer?
Yeah,
it's not
Christmas. It's not. No, it's a British thing on Netflix.
Hey, you mentioned
Tim Allen and Mariah Carey in it.
You mentioned Christmas. Are you going to bring up the Red One story? I'll tell you how you do your job or anything, but. Come on, Neil. You can't make fun of
it, but
I do
have it on my list.
Whatever. Why don't you just get down and blow the rock while you're at it?
Okay, all right. Oh yeah, because dude, I was not a total Cody crybaby the whole fucking weekend long, and then being on the floor. All those bitches talking shit about Roman Reigns is gonna win again. All these guys around me. Yeah, I will name every single one of them who had tears in their eyes when Cody Rhodes held up that belt.
This was the greatest day of his life. So yeah, I actually caught the last bit.
All right,
main event of WrestleMania. Driving home from naked karaoke.
All right. So first thing,
I gave it to her.
I don't even know how to unpackage that one.
Oh, I do.
Neil's too high right now to figure that out.
So does everybody else that making karaoke.
That's hooray for you! Got to sing like Bad Touch by Bloodhound Gang if you're going to naked karaoke. I feel like hooray for boobies has to be like anyway.
Jen and I have a couple of naked karaoke dates coming up. I will make sure to do Bad Touch. I promise, and I will make sure to send it to you.
All right. So what Mark was talking about, we're talking about red ones. All right, we'll talk about this. Dwayne The Rock, I'm better than everybody. The final boss Johnson decided that he doesn't like showing up to set anymore, and now has overflated the budget of Red One all the way up to $250 million.
That's a lot.
So my question is, how much money did Netflix? How much money did Netflix give him for this? Because you got to remember, part of the reason why studios are like reticent to sell their movies to streamers is they get the one-time fee for it, and then that's it. So you make a movie for $50 million, Amazon or Netflix or whatever give you $100 million. You make $50 million, but that's all you're going to make on that movie. You make a $50 million, movie with Dev Patel, and it maybe makes $500 million. And you made yourself a tidy profit there with that. And so you're gambling, but that's movie making, baby. However, Sony, who couldn't fucking make a hit, who couldn't get a hit at a T-ball game, was hot to sell their shit to Netflix for a while because it was guaranteed money.
Yeah.
So my question is, how much did The Rock get for Red One?
Is Red One? Is that the sequel to Red Notice?
No, it's a goofy Christmas action movie.
Okay, great.
Yeah, Christmas movie actually. Well, the thing is, this is what happens. It was that he refused to work more than 5 hours a day, and was on average 7 to 8 hours late to set every day.
All of us here,
that's fucking hilarious.
Me and Mark,
he would work more than 5 hours, and he was 7 to 8 hours late.
Dude, it's 12 hours on average for a fucking day of shooting.
Yeah.
It takes him 4 hours to set up a camera.
Yeah.
It's like, man, did he become an alcoholic while he was at WrestleMania? I mean, there's a lot of partying going on there. I swear to God, I thought I saw Kurt Angle pop some Percocet. It was like,
did he start doing mushrooms when he bought into TKO? What the fuck?
I don't know where he did, dude. He is, it's going crazy.
Oh my God, he's crossed over and become his character from Ballers. How many more Rock references can I make?
All right, Neil, what's next on this?
No. I was reading. Okay, so a new article came out just now, and they're trying to defend Mr. Dwayne Johnson and his actions. So I was just kind of reading it for a second, and they said that his jet lag and he had a UTI, and I'm like, okay, look, dude, if I'm getting paid millions of dollars, if my leg is bitten off and dragging behind me, I'm still showing up to fucking work.
I was gonna say, The Rock is getting UTIs. Maybe stop going ass to mouth, buddy. I mean, I'm just saying.
Ass to mouth. All right, the next story we got to say is anyway, the next story is finally Josh Watts and Paul Walter Hauser is now 100% guaranteed. The Chris Farley movie will be starting shooting in just a couple months, and the Chris Farley biography, I don't know, I was going to say biology, is now in the works. So that's awesome. Is the movie called Cocaine and Sandwiches? I don't know. It should be. It should be. Oh my gosh. But just so thumbs up to Paul Walter Hauser on getting another job. The remaking of 9 to 5, starting Jennifer Aniston and Diablo Cody. Yeah.
I like Diablo Cody.
Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Now picture this naked.
Oh, wait a minute. Anyway, Peaky Blinders movie will start shooting in September, so that's 100% guaranteed. Everything's worked out now after the strike is done. This one I was pretty weirded about this one. Guy Ritchie is making a live action Hercules movie?
He tried to make a King Arthur that no one saw, so he's pick him.
God, that King Arthur movie was so bad.
But it's not just him. You know who's directing it? He's not directing it. He's going to be like writing and co-directing, and his co-directors are going to be the Russo brothers.
So is this a live action remake of the Disney Hercules, or is this like?
Oh no!
Yeah, it's the Disney Hercules. So it's Guy Ritchie, the Russo brothers, and they're all kind of working together on this.
If they don't have Danny DeVito there, I'm like, why not? You know.
All right, so Tuesday, Robert and I on our show, Damn You Hollywood, which is generally Mondays on the W2M network, we review the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, and we were looking at Guy Ritchie's recent film history, and some of this was affected by COVID, the war in Ukraine. It was dark out, and there were wolves after him. But generally speaking, like he had some moderate success, and then he made Aladdin. And at a time that all the live action remakes just about were doing really, really well. He made $1 billion movie with Aladdin. And, one of the things we said about Guy Ritchie is, the guy knows how to swing a camera, and he knows how to make a very busy film. Mm-hmm. That's not all he knows how to do. And so you either let him make his really busy movie, or don't get Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
But Guy Ritchie with the Russo brothers seems kind of like, ham and peanut butter. That's a weird mix.
Yeah, I'm pretty unconvinced that this will be. I mean, it's interesting that they're having 3 directors, that Neil's co-directing. That just doesn't seem.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what's going to be made. I'm curious about just the aspect.
Disney goes. I mean, how many times Disney has thrown like too many cooks in the kitchen? I mean, it's kind of a thing sometimes with them, where they're like, "Hey, here's just a bunch of people and see who's all going on and what's going out and why." Everybody
know what acid using Tasmanian devil is making decisions at fucking Disney at this point.
I don't know. I mean, better than Nickelodeon. Anyway, Late Night with the Devil has shattered all the shuttered records of all time. The movie overtook the previous record holders when Evil Lurks and VHS 99 by over 1 million views.
I don't want to go too much. I don't want to go too much about it, Neil. We're talking about next week. I can't wait to talk about Late Night with the Devil. I can't wait.
We're reviewing it. We're reviewing it next week. I haven't watched it yet, but
I'm not giving a review. I was gonna say Alexis and Robert did a review on it. They say, and Robert tends to be a pretty harsh critic. He had really nothing but good things to say about it. I would say if you guys are going to touch on it, you do have to throw your hat in the ring and get into the whole AI artwork thing, because that is all anyone's talking about. It's like everyone has the same take on this movie. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. You should watch it. Let's talk about the use of AI art, though. These motherfuckers.
That is
the whole thing.
Like, there's like one scene, and it's barely.
Yeah, it's from what I haven't seen.
Okay, well, I guess let's talk about the AI. Cool, okay. Chris. Don't go more than that.
Fine.
That's only one scene. You don't need to worry about that scene. You don't do that. Okay. But by any means, that sounds amazing, and I can't wait to. Yeah, I'll totally argue that point. I'll argue it all day long, because I don't know. I don't want to get into that now because that'll take too long right here. DreamWorks just passed the 500 million milestone for Kung Fu Panda 4, making it the 7th highest grossing movie. It just passed 2 billion altogether in the Kung Fu Panda universe. So therefore, making it the 7th highest grossing animated franchise ever.
I've not seen either Kung Fu Pandas, not one of them.
Okay, I have. I've seen them and I've reviewed them all. I've rather seen them and I've reviewed a handful. We reviewed Kung Fu Panda 4 on our show a couple of months ago with good to his mother, friend of the show, Zachary Strobel. Go buy his books, his children's books.
Okay.
But it's a solid franchise.
Okay.
Like, I don't love everything DreamWorks does, but like they are a dependable studio. When DreamWorks puts something out, it's not too kiddie, it's not too adult, it's not too gay. It's just, this is a problem people have. Not me. I'm an ally. But other people do. It's why Disney and Pixar are struggling. But DreamWorks is a solid hitter. They get on base every time, and even every once in a while they'll knock it out of the park. I mean, until Illumination came along, they were the really good Pepsi to Disney and Pixar's Coke. Right. So I'm kind of, I don't have a bad thing to say about Kung Fu Panda 4, the Kung Fu Panda franchise. I mean, Kung Fu Panda 4 was kind of meh, but okay, cool. I'm okay with meh.
Should I carve time out of my day to watch these movies?
Do you have children?
No.
No, I would be better off. You'd be better off masturbating.
Okay.
Wait. Yes. To do this, though, just for the fun of it, I want you to go get a panda onesie and wear it while you're watching it, and then have it on full blast as you can. So then when your wife comes downstairs, she sees you in your theater room watching Kung Fu Panda in a panda outfit, and then have Sushi Go because it has a panda on the front of it.
Yeah.
I just want to know. Is this for your OnlyFans?
And take a picture of it. It's for his OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. It makes
but I support this.
And our TikTok, So.
All right, Tron 3, Jeff Bridges has been confirmed. He is coming back to the series. So we're going to get the lovely Jeff Bridges back in the world. Yay!
No!
Let's try it again.
We didn't need a Tron 2. We really don't need a Tron 3.
The Fantastic Four today just cast Paul Walter Hauser as one of the new people.
God damn, he's everywhere.
In the Marvel movie. I know, I did this on purpose.
Please tell me he's Galactus. Wait, please tell me they cast Paul Walter Hauser as Galactus, but Galactus as the comic book guy from The Simpsons. Because that's the only way that works for me.
Right. We don't know what
sloppy fat guy running around eating planets.
It can't be any worse than MODOK. Can't be any worse than MODOK. Now they got a bar now. Here's a beautiful thing. Billie Lourd, the daughter of the great late Carrie Fisher, will be on good old eBay this weekend to sell Star Wars on Star Wars Day. There'll be a Star Wars auction on eBay that will care to different charities and stuff like that. So if people want to go buy some awesome autograph and cool autograph lightsabers, they got helmets from the movie The Rebel Alliance. They got a Darth Vader helmet signed by James Earl Jones. They have a bunch of stuff, and it's all going to good charities. The legacy of Princess Leia lives on in the collection, celebrating Star Wars Day with a range of unique merchandise. Go there. Support charities, because this is why she's like, she goes, I want to be in anything Star Wars. Let me be in anything Star Wars to carry it on for my mom, and it would help with all these charities.
I totally supporting charity, and I think everyone should donate their money to this cause. But I also want to give a shout out to my friend Chris Bailey by saying Star Wars sucks and is for communists and homosexuals.
All right, moving on. Last but not least,
I totally hope you get told people, what the fuck, and all these viewers come in where is this guy at? My goal now is to antagonize Star Wars fans.
Last but not least, the most important story of the last week. Here we go. The number one uno. The date is June 5th, 2026.
Oh, yeah, I saw this earlier.
What is it?
It has been confirmed that on June 5th, 2026, me and Chris will be at the theater seeing He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Woo!
So here's the thing about it.
I'm going to share my take that I gave my friends today in our group chat, our podcast group chat. This, and then I'll shut up, Chris. Mm-hmm. This got passed around like a hooker at a Coke party. Everyone has had their turn with this IP. And it finally landed at Amazon MGM. And my only thought about that was, first of all, the guy directing it also did like Paranormal and Bumblebee and the Box Trolls. So on the one hand, he can clearly handle animation and special effects and, and that kind of a thing. He also has made some pretty solid pictures. So this is probably the biggest thing he's ever done. But hey, let's give him a chance. So I'm okay with the director. But also, MGM hasn't angered God the way like Disney and some of these other studios have. So Like, I feel like at this point, most studios besides Disney get it. They get why people are in large numbers turning away from Hollywood and are trying to right the ship. Which is also, again, why He-Man has had such struggles, because people keep trying to do things with it they shouldn't be doing with He-Man. I think they get that. They don't seem to be making terrible movies that drive fans away from IPs the way other, the way other brands do. Disney. So I have high hopes for this movie.
So when it comes to me, I'm a little bit too young to be Super He-Man, so I'm really ambivalent to the whole idea.
I grew up.
Anyway,
I'm 37, so it's.
I had all the villains.
It's a little bit before my time.
In the trailer court. Yeah, in the trailer court, because we played in between the two trailers that we lived in. He had all the good guys, and I had all the bad guys. And so then it'd be like, like I had maybe 4 good guys, and he had all.
Did you ever watch the documentary, The Toys That Made Us, and hear the history of He-Man?
Damn, dude, anything that has He-Man, Thundercats, fucking Transformers, and G.I. Joe on, and Ninja Turtles.
If you haven't watched the history of He-Man, is fucking dope. Like the way they came up with it, like these like German weightlifter toys that they turned into these mythical figures. It's great. And then the cartoon was awesome. Would I love to see like an actual take on He-Man for modern audiences that reinvigorates this product? Sure. At this point, I'm just crossing my fingers for a halfway decent movie.
So I'm sort of wondering if me being pretty ambivalent to He-Man, I can go into it without memories about it and just sort of see it as it is, and hopefully it's good that way, So I'll definitely watch it.
As much as he tries to rip it apart, I'll fucking kill him. Anyway, so then the draft was pinned by David Callahan and Aaron and Adam Nee. They already have like a description of the script where it just says 10-year-old Prince Adam crashed to Earth in a spaceship and was separated from his magical power sword. The only link to his home on Eternia after tracking it down almost 2 decades later. Prince Adam is whisked back across space to defend his home planet against the evil forces of Skeletor. But to defeat such a powerful villain, Adam will first need to uncover the mysteries of his past and become He-Man, the most powerful man. I don't fucking like it already. Why do you don't bring him to fucking Earth? We don't need him on fucking Earth.
Seriously, what is he, fucking Star-Lord? Jesus Christ!
This sounds like 3 movies. It sounds like 3 movies, honestly.
That just pissed me off. It's like we already did the He-Man on Earth thing. Guess what? Didn't really work out. Let's not do it again.
This sounds like more than one movie, honestly.
I've heard part of the reason why they just won't keep him on Eternia is it's too expensive to do Eternia. Except that, I don't know, fucking getting AI to generate sets. Then I mean, I'm so sick of like that excuse.
That's it.
It's so bad.
I'm just gonna kill him.
I'm gonna give this a chance. I'm gonna give it a chance, but this is not looking good.
No, it's not. That was the movies that don't suck in some of the news. There was an article I read just now that broke my heart forever, and I might shoot myself after this episode.
Come on, you don't unalive yourself after this.
I have to. He-Man's
Neil,
suck.
but there's good things in the world. The Pacers are winning. The Maple Leafs haven't lost yet. It'll be fine.
So, Neil,
all I care about is winning money.
Neil, I haven't asked you this question yet. Neil, I haven't asked you this question yet. If you pass, do you want me to keep on doing the podcast without you?
What the fuck kind of question? Chris, I gave you rights to that like years ago because I told you, I go, if anybody's dying first, it'll be me.
Okay.
So let's just throw that one out there. But Chris, you did remind me of something though. You know what you remind me of?
What's that?
That we got a game to play.
Oh,
which
shit.
Skarsgård was it?
God,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we please just play Smash or Pass? Put up, like,
all right, one more time.
Go on Facebook. Right. Go on Facebook dating and just put up profiles and let's play Smash or Pass.
In June of 2017, Alexander Skarsgård interviewed which other Skarsgård for Interview magazine?
Bill Skarsgård.
Good job. The point goes to Mark.
Oh. I didn't. Hold on one second. Like, I didn't know that if I get it wrong, it goes to Mark. I didn't know that was the case.
Oh no, you got it right. You got it right.
Okay. All All right. Well, fuck. I guess.
But every time you get it right, I'm just going to give the point to Mark.
That's fair.
You know,
that works. I'm good with this.
He's our guest. All right. Who, just like his father, went to There's Hoskenlund and acted at the same mime school in Sweden?
Alexander.
Correct, Chris. You got no point on that. Mark got the point on that one. All right,
Yay.
so Mark got 1. Chris is at 2. All right, so we got just 2 more questions. Two more questions. Who has a tattoo that was drawn on them by Walter Skarsgård?
Alex Skarsgård. Alexander.
Oh, damn it. All right, Mark got another one. That's 3-2. All right, one more. Which Skarsgård raced Prince Harry to the South Pole?
Alexander.
Oh my gosh, Mark is in the lead. 4-3. All right, Chris. This is the tiebreaker. If you don't get it, then it all goes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, are you ready? Okay, where'd it go? I know I had it. Where'd it? Man.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Sounds like my heart on. There you go. There didn't win. I had it.
Well, I was jumping around. Which Skarsgård male is shorter than 6 feet tall?
Is it Stone?
Peter.
Gustav.
The answer is none of them. None of them are under 6 feet tall.
That's a trick
The shortest is 6'3". The shortest one is 6'3".
Which means
And
Mark,
last-
which is okay. You got one more. Okay.
All right, here we go. And this is the last one. This is the one who can do it the fastest. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Name all the Skarsgård brothers.
Stellan, Alexander, Peter.
Wrong. Stellan is daddy.
Alexander, Peter, Bill, Gustav.
Watchmen. V for Vendetta. Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Mark was the closest because he said V for Vendetta because there's Vector as well. So Mark wins! Yay!
I should have
much like my like my romantic relationships, I wasn't even trying.
You guys ready to talk about?
Now it's the point. Now play it.
I will fuck you, all right? I will enter you.
Okay.
All right. Now coming up, it's
Boy Kills World.
Boy Kills World.
Directed by Moritz Moore. This is his first English movie, thing. He's directed. It's written by Tyler Burton Smith and Andre Rimmers. And this stars Bill Skarsgård as Boy. Then H. Sean Benjamin does the voice of Boy.
Oh my god. Are you guys okay?
Also, Jessica Roth plays June 27.
Ryan, you dumbass!
Mrs. Michelle Dockery plays Melanie Vanderkoy.
You're in my office under my roof.
Brett Gilman plays Gideon Vanderkoy.
Fine, I mix up birthdays and I have an alcohol problem just like everyone else in this fucking country.
Isaiah Mustafa plays Benny. Yahya Ruin plays Shaman. Cameron Crevetti, Nicholas Quinn Copeland plays Mina. And Charlotte Copley plays Glenn Vanderkoy.
We are here at MNU head office.
Neil, why don't you read the storyline for Boy Kills World? Jesus Christ.
I know. I said that too when I saw it the first time. Okay. All right. So what am I doing? All right, cool. Skarsgård starts as a boy who vows revenge after his family is murdered by Hilda Van Dierkoy, the deranged matriarch of the corporate post-apocalyptic dynasty that left Boy orphan, deaf, and voiceless. Driven by his inner voice, one which is caught from his favorite childhood video game, Boy trains with a mysterious shaman to become an instrument of death and is set loose on the eve of the annual cleansing of descendants. Bedlam ensues as Boy commits bloody martial arts mayhem, inciting wrath of carnage and bloodletting, and he tries to get his bearings in the delirious realm. Boy soon falls in with a desperate Renaissance crew, all the while bickering with the apparent ghost of his rebellious little sister, the bitch.
The bitch, okay.
No, made that up.
So who wants to start on this one?
I will.
Okay.
Took my kids to go see this.
I took my kids to go see this. That's always a great start.
So my daughter's not a huge fan of like sex and romance on screen, but she is a huge fan of the ultra violence because I raised them right.
Yeah.
And so here's my point, and I want to start with this. It's not really a craft thing. It's my kind of weird take. So this movie blends these like really fun elements of like anime and manga, like that aesthetic.
By the way, I want to compliment you for saying manga correctly.
You're welcome. With like video game aesthetic, and then it's a revenge fantasy movie, and it's like this movie has a lot of elements kids my age would like. Like this movie. This is why I didn't want to go see this. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't going to review it. I didn't want to go see it. This isn't really my thing. However, my kids saw the trailer for it and they were like, Dad, like they like ran over to me. They're like in the theater, like, Dad, we have to go see this movie. And I'm like, okay, I'll take you to go see it. And it had so many individual elements that appeal to children between the ages of like maybe 10 and 15.
Yeah, 100%.
However, it's a bloody rated R violence fest. What parent besides this psycho is bringing their kids to this thing?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
So it's this nichiest of niche movies because it has all of these elements that would appeal to adults who are mentally 12.
So that's why that's why it's perfectly for Panic Fest. By the way, this is a sold out showing at Panic Fest. And I was there with 2 adults and I drank 2 alcoholic slushies while I was there. But
no doubt, but like, that's the thing. Movies are made to make money, and I'm wondering like why this got. First of all, this isn't going to win any awards. Come on, Oscar time. Why would you put this in theater?
But it'll be in my top 3 at least.
Oh no doubt. And look, purely from a like craft point of view, from a enjoyment point of view, this movie is very successful. I just don't. My problem with it, and this is really my only problem, and the way that I look at film, this is one of those things I'll look at. Who the fuck did they think was going to go see this movie in theater? Will people watch this on Netflix? You're goddamn right they will. And children who aren't being watched by their parents.
So many stoners are going to be watching this fucking
shit at home. No, once this thing is available to stream, children from the ages of 4 who can operate a Netflix to 17 are going to find this movie and watch it. It's going to be a big hit. But why not then sell it directly to a streamer? Why would you put this thing in theaters? That was kind of my only takeaway.
That's actually a good point to think about because it is a movie I feel geared for kids, for teens generally. I can't. Generally, the 18 to 34 audience maybe, but I don't see 50-year-olds or even higher going to see this.
Yeah.
So like,
oh no, I can tell you right now, if I show this to my dad, he would assuming I was torturing him Clockwork Orange style.
Yeah, so that's what I'm. I didn't think about the audience for this, but since I won't solve it.
My turn to jump in. I'm gonna just shut you both up.
Come on, you.
All right, so I hang out with a bunch of ultra violent motherfuckers because I hang out with pro wrestlers and and movie and rock stars and stuff like that. I'm not saying they're all rock stars. Rock bands. I'll say rock bands, pro wrestlers. I hang out with the weird guys. The guy this movie fucking literally is for. That crowd, like everybody in the past 2 weeks has been talking about this movie and wanting to go see this movie. A lot of us are. Yeah. And to be honest, yes, there is a niche for it though. It has to be, it is a niche. It is a small group of people that are just one part of a group. Because to be honest, it is for people like us that grew up with the big ultra violent fucking action movies from the 80s. It's the next step. It goes a little fast. It goes a little long. There's one thing though, this movie did fucking absolutely phenomenal at, and that is the fact that it's very rare we get to hear the protagonist throughout the entire freaking movie. That is every thought we get to hear through the entire movie. And I absolutely love that. And the fact that I got to hear Archer/Bob Belcher telling me how things were getting violent and nasty, I I literally I sent a clip to my wife while I was in the movie theater. I sent her like a trailer, a little clip or whatever from YouTube. And she literally wrote back, I just snorted out loud in my office. And
a couple of things. I like the movie. I had a good time with it. My kids had a good time with it. It was a wonderful day at the movies. There's a lot to like about this movie. I think there's a lot that it does well. But let's talk turkey, Neil. Let's talk the money, okay? First of all, this fucking thing's budget isn't even available. I just checked. I'm on the wiki page for it. It's got the box office of 2.1 million. More on that in a second. I'm looking at like the production and everything. Yeah, the budget's not even available, which means
by the way, when I went and saw it live, when I went and saw it, the producers are talking about it, and someone asked the budget, and he's like, "I'm not allowed to say." So
right, this thing, I guarantee you, this thing fucking lost money. Yeah. Debuted. So let's do a little bit of the money segment from Damn You Hollywood.
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
This is the NWO. I'm fucking taking over, yo. All right, here we go. It debuted number 10 this weekend. First of all, this got put up by Roadside Attractions, which Roadside Attractions is one of the gay cowboys eating pudding studios. They're only doing like independent fucking art house features and this nonsense. These things go into theaters to win awards, not to make money. They make money on like home video. So there's that. This thing debuted number 10 behind fucking Dune Part 2, which is into the 700 millions and 9 weeks out from its debut. Behind Challengers, Unsung Heroes, Godzilla, Civil War, Abigail, The Ministry and Gentlemanly Warfare, Kung Fu Panda 4, Ghostbusters, and like I said, Dune. It debuted making $100,000 more than the Alien 2024 re-release. Yo, okay.
Oh, wow.
So my point is that like this thing didn't make any money. As good as it is, as much word of mouth there might be on it, this thing isn't making anyone any money. They're hoping to God they either get decent money from a streamer or they do like big time dollars PVOD.
But you were saying
they're not making dick.
You were saying that it would do great on a streamer. I think it will.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's talk about the underside of these movies and stuff like that, and why they make them. And it's not just to make that money back, but to also use stuff so they can claim tax brackets and different loss.
All right, now you're talking my language. I like it.
So some of these are always going to flop, and some of them, and studios sometimes make movies to kind of, not be making money out in the theater because they do want it for release and stuff like that. Yes, I agree with you that. But the thing is, the most average movie goer, it's not as common as it used to be. The pandemic like literally killed the movie industry.
In a lot of ways, yeah. I totally agree with that.
Like there's people I talk to at work that like literally they have not been to a theater since before pandemic. And I've heard this constantly. I don't hear this just because, I work in radio. So therefore I'm out and about at these areas where I'm like surrounded by 20,000 people. And so they're all talking to us and stuff like that. And when I'm trying to say, I like to go to movie theaters and stuff like that. And the most common thing is I don't go to the theater, haven't since before the pandemic. And these kind of movies back in the day would have made money because the other scenes would be packed. You'd be going to try to go to Dune 2, but it's so packed, it's overfilled.
I'm gonna a little inside baseball on this one. So when I asked the Roadside Attractions for a screener of this, they wanted to wait until the week of release to give me a screener because they said this needs to be seen in theaters, right? And I just saw it in theaters. And they didn't want to give me a screen after that, but the thing is, like you said, there's 2 million this week. I mean, who was in the theater to see this besides Neil? I saw.
No, look! I just read you the numbers. Everyone went to go see Zendaya in a threesome. That was the number one.
And there was no threesome.
And there's no threesome. There was no threesome. I was promised yet again. I am promised a threesome that I did not get.
I wanted that threesome. Now I don't really want to see it.
Hey,
Fuck challengers. That's what I say.
I'm just saying this because I don't know if you realize this, but every now and then we can see that there's someone right behind you. And please don't get murdered on my podcast.
Or do, so we can just put this shit out and just
fucking sleep, dude. She don't care.
But
they're afraid you're gonna murder me. That's all.
What's some of the things we do like about this movie, though?
Oh, you want to talk about the craft of a movie? Fuck that.
It's very fun. It's a very fun movie. I'll say that. Like right away, it's very fun. It's very funny. I like John Benjamin a lot, and just hearing that, like the narration, just having like basically mostly comedy in this one. I thought it was really fun.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed the violence in it. Go ahead.
I literally got to see a guy murdering people in the goriest. Some of the things that, like, remember that, like, when that thing went down that dude's
arm?
Oh
my God, that was rough.
Oh my God. There's parts in this movie that made me cringe, and for gore in this day and age to make me cringe, that's
bravo when you can get a visceral reaction out of people who are as dead inside as we are.
God damn, I know, right? No. I am not dead inside. I was bawling on the floor at WrestleMania 40. All right. I was
Cody.
Oh no, it wasn't just Cody. It was it was also the Damian Priest, because I literally told everybody all week long that it was going to happen, and I was just so happy for Mr. Damian.
I'm pretty stone faced in most things, like especially horrible things. I'm just like, I feel nothing, but
horrible things are nothing. Happy, good moments, I like those. But the horrible, faces of death. What's that? Is that like stuff we watch on TikTok these days?
I work in correctional mental health. You don't think I see this shit on a daily basis? You really have to go some to fucking get me to react to anything. And I'll tell. This is what I was going to say. I think my one craft element that I can refer to, other than I enjoyed it, was it's been a while since I've seen a movie that leaned into the violence and leaned in and showed you the violence. It didn't cut away from it. So like you're talking about, like when he cuts the forearms with the tooth or whatever it was. But I'll tell you the other thing that I was kind of meh on the movie until I saw this, and this kind of made me lean forward when the guy's got, I think it's like a drill press above Sharko Copley's head, and they're like, talk, or we're gonna drop it on your face. And he's like, all right, it's like Peter Griffin in the fucking Star Wars parodies. Like, oh, well, this happened, and I farted in the thing. It'll like, I'll kill him. So he's like, I'll give you everything. I'll be on your side. And like mid-sentence, he just drops it on his face. And they didn't cut away. They didn't ADR like an egg splatter or anything. They fucking showed you his face get flattened.
Well, the cool
thing they actually...
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And they actually like let the camera sit on the squashed face for a moment, and you could see the blood, and then they go to the guy just like, my hand slipped. Like, he's like sweaty palms, and I laughed out loud at that. I'm like, that's fucking funny.
So I know this barely needed a storyline, because all I wanted was just basically the ultra violence, just the fight scenes, which you really need. Thought it was a little long. That's just me.
Yeah. This needed to be like a 90-minute fucking fast pace, like shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
Remember shoot 'em up? I tell my kids this. Like, this was like one part shoot 'em up where the guy's killing people with a carrot.
Yeah.
And then and something else I compared it to. Go ahead, Neil.
I was going to say, it reminds me a lot of Daniel Radcliffe's movie that he made a couple years ago.
Guns Akimbo.
Yeah, Guns Akimbo. That movie, like, it's like, I love that movie too. I rewatch it. I throw that on all the time, like when I'm doing chores around the house. Like, so like, this is one of those movies that they're just like, it was so cartoony. It was like a comic book without being a comic book. I mean, even the post-credit scenes were like, were funny, and
also, like, sort of the very video game, like you did play a goofy ass video game. Like, I'm trying to think of something else.
But that's the thing. That's the story to it, though.
But it's also people like us that know this.
Video game when he lost his sister, and his life was kind of like a video game.
And that's the fun part about this movie.
And the best part about this movie too is that they actually gave me a twist, and I like a good twist in a movie. Every time someone throws in a nice little twist. And yeah, by any means, this movie could have ended at one spot, and we didn't need it could have ended at one spot, and we would have been good. But then it was but then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this ain't ending, and now here's another 20-minute awesome fucking fight scene that's gonna freak you and make you cringe a little bit. So I mean, the continuance of it was
I like the twist in it. I think there's a lot of great elements of the movie. My only big criticism is it's too long. This clocks in at
151.
Yeah, and this needed to be 90 minutes.
Yeah,
we needed to kind of get. We needed to kind of get there a little fast. We didn't need so many shots of him training to be a ninja.
No. I mean, if you just
got it,
they got to do that old, blood sport, kunte,
yeah.
Where it's 5 minutes and that's it, we're done. It's like,
they lingered too long on that, and then the final fight scene, they lingered way too long on that. I understand that's your big epic conclusion, but we've already done a lot of this already. By the time, I was exhausted by the time we got to that final fight, and if we'd gotten there a lot faster, I wouldn't have been exhausted.
Yeah, I was the only one in the theater, and it was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which is that's understandable. Who's seeing a movie at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Tulsa, in the middle of nowhere? I am. I was the only one in the theater. I was having a good time. I was sitting up in the seat by myself, yeah, this is fun. All right, yeah. But by the time that last fight came along, I was just huh? All right.
Yeah, are we done now? Come on now.
Are we done? It's just kill him, die or kill him, die or kill him.
End this movie. This movie.
It does know what it is,
but this movie.
It does know what it is, and I appreciate that. But I do think it also thinks it's better than it is. It's okay. It's
dude, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that started chanted at a wrestling show in the future.
And this movie,
it's SmackDown. I'm in this match.
Be great.
Anyway,
I think the last thing I have to say about it is, if you keep it shorter and we move things along faster, we kind of fix some of the pacing issues with this. The movie's it's a little too cute by half. It's a little too in love with its own aesthetic.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's what I was just saying. He knows what it is, but it loves it too much.
Yeah, it thought the idea of him fighting Captain Crunch was fucking hilarious, and we lingered there way too long. That's okay, do the thing with Captain Crunch, kill a few people, then give the face his chance to do the comeback and kill everybody quickly and get through this. That scene of they drug out the fucking execution.
They drugged out
way too long.
They drugged out about 3 different areas of scene, and they could have cut a little from each one of those, which would have given us that easy hour and 30-minute movie. Because you could cut out easily, you could make it down. You could cut down the 20 minutes very easily in places.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing though. This day and age, do people want a 2-hour movie before their money?
All three of us
how much
did.
you gotta pay?
All three of us wanted to do 90 minutes. So you mentioned earlier.
I know. But and even people on. But the thing is, I guess those are actual moviegoers because they said they're asking moviegoers.
Yeah, they said 90 minutes.
I mean, and 90 minutes would have got people in and out, and they would have been done in just a second. I mean,
they could binge change afterwards.
Here's my thing. You have to earn your runtime. And I talked about this with the last James Bond movie. One of the things that Robert and I had said about it was it only earns its runtime because it's the epic conclusion of the Daniel Craig run. It doesn't earn it with its actual content.
Yeah.
And a lot of movies, that's my problem with them, is they're not earning their runtime by what's in the movie. They're doing it to sort of justify their own existence, or because someone's a little too in love with the stuff they shot. It's like the Patton Oswalt bit where it's a director and it's an innuendo for coming, but he's just I shot all this film. I shot all this film. Look at this fucking film that I shot. And then the woman pushes him out of the editing bay. It's like, all right, honey, I have to take all of this footage now and make a movie out of this somehow. The problem is back before the internet and streaming, you had collaborators. You had the master you served was theatrical exhibition, and the theaters did not want long movies. They wanted high turnover. They want to get 100 people in the theater, get them the fuck out, clean the cum and the popcorn up, and move another set of 100 people in there. That's how theaters made money. And then streaming comes along and they're writing $200 million checks to The Rock so that he can work 4 hours and go make whatever fucking movie you want.
Yeah.
There's no and that's the thing. The whole dynamic changed because the idea is to keep people on the streaming site for as long as possible, which is why you had Netflix dropping, 13-hour television shows all at once.
Yeah.
They want you to stay on the app for 13 hours. So if you make a 3-hour movie, they're like, yeah, here's $200 million. Go make your 3-hour stupid movie because we want people to sit there for that long. Which now means that the collaboration that used to produce well-edited, fast-paced, enjoyable movies, fucking gone, dead.
I'm sort of
there's a reason for it. There's no motivation to do that anymore.
So we're talking Killer Survivor Moon, and when we talk about links of movies, I really feel like when we attend the movie, there's no one there to tell Marty no. They can edit this, like he was like, I want this in there. Like he's like, you're the master. Yeah, tell me that. But I don't know why this is 151 minutes. I don't know why it should bother me that much, but it does bother me that it's that long.
It doesn't really bother me because guess what? I had a fun time. I did get a little old at the end, but the best part of this entire movie was just great epic violence that was like video game style. This was like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter comes to life. We're gonna do fatalities in every room and someone's gonna die, get their head squashed. Why Bob's Burgers like, did I really kill him? Or is he dead? Maybe he should be dead. I
did enjoy the gag of him not being able to read the guy's lips with the beard.
Oh my gosh, that's like the funniest running gag.
Yeah.
I love a good running gag. And that was like, hey, you better see what I'm oh, what the fuck is he saying?
Them explaining to him the plan was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Like when they dude, that movie, I liked it. All right, Chris, go for it. What do you get this movie? What rating do you give this movie?
3.6, 3.7. I liked it. It's just not gonna be. I want that would be at the end of the year for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mark,
I rated pie.
There we go.
3.14.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Good job, dude.
All right, so do you want like 3, 4, 1, 4, 7, 2, 6, 9, 8, 4, 7, 1, 2, 2, 7,
so many
3,
choices
4.
on Booking.com. There are so many.
All right. I'm gonna give this. I think I liked it a little bit more than you guys, obviously. So I'm gonna give it. I think I'm gonna give this about a 3.8. Okay. I really like this because one of the things I always had in is rewatchability. And this is a movie I think I could just, like, if I went to someone's house and they had this on, I'd be like, fuck yeah, let me grab a beer. I'm here. I want to see your reaction to this fucking movie.
All right, so
this is like the anti-criticism movie. This is a movie that is meant for pure enjoyment and for no criticism at all. Like the very fact that we're here doing this is an insult to this movie.
Yeah, it is by any means.
Interesting enough, there's not a critics consensus on this one, but there's the audience consensus. But Neil, what's the audience score?
Right.
What's the audience score for?
Here, how about this? This time, Mark, what percentage did the audience rate this film?
95.
71%.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
really?
For real. And it says, bolstered by Bill Skarsgård's own performance, Boy Kills World may offer just enough action thrills to offset its thinly written characters and predictable plot. But do we really care about that? And what's the
okay? Now the critic score. Now watch this. This is the way you can always tell about the world of film and cinema, like how far critics sometimes are from the audience. I'm gonna guess it's 56%.
You're really close. 59.
See, because critics and audiences don't ever agree anymore.
There's fucking nothing here for like people who examine film.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read a good review and a bad review, or the other way around. A bad review and a good review. This is from Alan French of the Sunshine State Cineplex. He says, Boy Kills World never shuts its hands to live in these moments. Instead, throws everything it can at the screen, falling short of its lofty ambitions. 5 out of 10, whatever. And this is from Jeremy Aspinall of Radio Times. He says, More fashions his own riotous romp, full of stylish mayhem, slapstick gore, and gleeful gallows humor. This worthy producer, Sam Raimi, plus some quirky martial arts brawls. Okay. But this Boy Kills World, we liked it. It was good. We enjoyed our time at Boy Kills World.
Go see it with your children.
Yeah,
go see it with your children. Definitely. 6 and up.
Yeah.
If you're a man and not a communist, go see this with your. If you love God, and you love God and your children, go see this with your children.
They'll like it.
Oh, and after that, there's a concert coming to town. I'm thinking about going. Michael Bolton's coming to town, and I was gonna go. I was gonna get some tickets for that for Michael Bolton.
Yeah.
This is a movie to get really stoned and be happy with and make funny noises at. This is definitely the movie you put on in the background if you're Netflix and chilling. Yeah, Netflix.
The ultimate Netflix and chill.
By the way, I did have sex to the raid once. Just so you guys know.
You weirdo.
What?
I know it was weird.
What did he say? Sex what?
During the raid.
Listen, there's only one good thing to have. There's only one good thing to have in the background to have sex to, and that's combat sports.
No,
I mean, who hasn't fucked to an Orange Cassidy match? I mean, really?
No, it's Purple Rain. You got to put on the Purple Rain because there's nothing better than abusive parents beating each other while they're trying.
Purple Rain, Purple Rain.
It's like Beavis and Butthead this week. Did you guys see Beavis and Butthead?
You talking about Ryan Gosling? Beavis and Butthead?
Ryan Gosling showed up to the Fallout as
Fall
Beavis
Guy,
and Butthead.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah, like, oh, dude, I don't know. How do they make his makeup look like that? Like, that is awesome facial makeup. Oh, my gosh. I want that guy to do my Halloween costume.
Good call. You might, I mean, I don't know. But, we did it. I mean, I'm really fucking tired today, so.
Okay,
dude.
All right, here, I'll finish it up.
Hang on one sec. 17 shots on goal to 4. It's still 0-0. Hockey is weird. Just saying.
All right, let's see. Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times and. But bad guys never do. I did it wrong.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
No, I know what he's doing. Start it off again.
He's looking
up.
Don't look it up.
Hard.
Don't cheat.
You'll look it up. He's like, fuck you.
I haven't looked it up. All right. It's hard work pays off. Dreams do come true.
Good guys don't.
Bad times don't last.
But
bad guys. Bad guys do. Bad times don't last. But bad guys. Because Razor Ramon was the bad guy.
Oh, this is a wrestling thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. When he passed, and I found good clips of him saying that I was like hearing him say like the bad times don't last, but bad guys do actually does make me cheer up. And I'll tell you, like, it's a weird thing to say, but I will often reflect back on his little jingle there when I'm having a rough time, and you're like, all right, be like Razor.
Be like Razor Ramon.
Do a lot of cocaine.
And do a lot of cocaine and act like Tony Montana so you can make yourself a famous pro wrestler.
I do a lot of this, Neil. I do a lot of this. We've totally lost Chris.
Yeah, I'm looking around.
Hey, yo.
So,
all right, here you go. Right here you go. Ready? Right here. Good. There you go, Chris.
There you go.
Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys
do.
Nice.
Anyway.
Next week,
Chris, tell everybody where they can find us.
Next week, we're doing Late Night with the Devil and Fall Guy on Wednesday next week.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Fall Guy.
Why do you want to fall on a guy, dude? That's so weird. But yeah,
speaking of falling on guys, you're not gonna. You guys should do challenges instead. You guys should do challenges because we're not, and you guys should do the shit that I don't want to do.
I don't want
to. Go see challengers and then complain there's not enough sex like the Golden Girls.
Chris does that often. He complains about movies like, why is there no sex in this movie?
I say this.
Toy Story 4.
What I used to say, one of the things I used to say back on the early days podcast, use more titties. I say that a lot, but
yeah, he does say that a lot. I'm like,
because Chris is a real man, and I respect him. I respect him.
Yeah, the thing is missing is titties.
I respect you, Booker man. You'll get that reference.
Chris, tell them where they can find us.
Well, first I want Mark to say, when you give the deets to people.
Oh, yeah. All of our shit's on our landing page, w2mnet.com. We are on YouTube, W2M Network, Twitch, W2M Network. And this is really all that matters, I am at Mark Radulich on TikTok. I haven't put up too much stuff in the last day or so. I need to get back on track with that. Our last review on Damn You Hollywood was the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. We were supposed to do 2 other shows this week, but I work with dipshits. So we are reviewing The Fall Guy on Damn You Hollywood, and I should look on the calendar. The Fall Guy on Damn You Hollywood, and that is Monday. And then on Tuesday is a triple feature. Oh, get this lineup. So this has been like a year in the making, because we did a Long Road to Ruin on the Lake Placid series and a Long Road to Ruin on the Anaconda. So we needed right. So now we need to do Lake Placid versus Anaconda. But to fill out our versus theme, we are also looking at Freddy versus Jason. And get this, guys, it's a line up for this one: Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf.
Oh.
So that'll be myself and the Protocol son, Jason Teasley, assuming he doesn't cancel on me, making it 3 in a row, on Tuesday, May 7th. And then Alexis Haina will be hosting David Wright, who actually has a degree in Asian studies, and Robert Winfrey, who has a degree in pissing people off.
Yeah, for real.
And they will be reviewing Shogun on FX. I'm done talking now.
Okay.
Okay, so on May 7th, you're going to be doing Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah. Along with Lake Placid versus Anaconda and Sharktopus versus Werewolf.
I will jump into that if you want.
All right. I will add you.
Are you guys
tell me? We'll talk later.
You can find us on movies.suck.net. We're also w2net.com. It's W2 is moviesnet.com. Mark already talked about that, but it's there. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/podcast. We're on Twitter, X MTS Podcast. Instagram, MTS Podcast. We're on YouTube at Movies Don't Suck Podcast. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/Suck. You guys want to give us $1 or $2, you'll get a value mail at the end of the month, probably. Also,
I like eating food.
Yeah, sure. Also go to Bonfire Comments, Movies Don't Suck, and something new. Find shirts with our faces, our names on it, and stuff Neil's made. And where you find contacts on Movies Don't Suck and something new, do us a favor, go ahead and subscribe, because you don't have to wait for it. Just comes to you automatically. All right, Neil. What do we do for small businesses?
If you got a small business, give us your information. Send it right over to us. Email it, fax it, pigeon, whatever way you can get it to us.
Pigeon,
yeah. Chris uses pigeons or chickens. He has trained chickens that he uses. It's weird. Back in. But anyway, give us your information. We'll advertise you right here to our thousands of listeners, our millions of followers, right here on Movies Don't Suck and Some Do, because we are all, yes, that's right, superheroes in training.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's try again.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
I'm Chris.
And remember, guys, no matter how hard you
Mark.
try.
Come on. That's Mark.
Sorry, I am way concerned with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
He's trying to win money, and I just interrupted everything. So we're just going to have to do it all over again. I'm going to go right over here and shoot myself. Okay. Anyway, that's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Something Too. Remember, guys, no matter how hard you try in this life, no matter nowhere you can go, make sure if you want to kill the world, it's the world that at least Dark Knight Rises is in. Have a good night.